We're talking about a cold start here. This truck has not moved for a decade. It is legitimately a barn find. Welcome back to the channel, gang. Here we are at something that I have been waiting a long time to feature. We were here once before. Due to the global crisis, we had to wait. Well, we are finally back. Big Easy and Uncle Bobo are extremely excited because we have a legitimate barn find Dodge swept line. And as you guys know, we may be a little bit of a Dodge fans. Now, if you come take a look here, on our first video of this truck, Clyde, and I know you're watching, Clyde, you said, no, there's no way it's this thing hasn't been sitting. Yes, it has. If you take a look at the stuff on top of the air can and everything else in here, this truck has not moved for a decade. So, it is legitimately a barn find. Welcome back, gang. Here we are, getting the old Dodge to start. Now, not being fuel injected, it's gonna be a little bit easier. Currently, I am unhooking this old fuel line right here for the feed to the carburetor. So I can run a small electric pump from a jerry can into here. Now, you'll notice I'm looking away. Okay, now, Uncle Bobo, if you could possibly find one, gloves that don't suck. Two, a bolt that we can put in the end of here so it doesn't spray the old fuel when we do get it to run, because this fuel pump is still going to function and try to put fuel through here, and we don't want that.
Word.
While I wire up our temporary fuel pump. We'll be right back. Welcome back, gang. Here we are at our good friend Zoli's house, getting the old Dodge running. So we've cleaned the battery terminals off, unhooked the factory fuel line because the fuel in the tank is shot. We've got it plugged off here. Uncle Bobo's going to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't spray when the engine catches. We've got our electric pump set up and already filled the float bowl. I'm going to hop in, and if it fires and runs, then Uncle Bobo will turn the pump on. For now, we're just going to run it off the battery from Herc. We're not going to worry about running it. If it doesn't crank quick enough, then we'll start the new Ram to get the old Dodge going. I am going to crawl through here and slide in behind the steering wheel. Some YouTube channels have cold starts. We're talking about a cold start here. It's not cold out, but this sucker's a cold start. Okay, now I gotta slide through here.
It's nice.
Of course, you see I still have my sunglasses on because of my level of coolness. Take these off so I can see where I'm going. Oh, that's a good sign. A giant can of one-shot defog wasp and hornet nest killer. It makes me feel comfortable. The interior light works. I like the seat cover. The interior is beautiful. Okay. Awesome 76x9s. Oh, we got. Okay. All right. I'm going to attempt to crank. No crank. Hang on.
Oh, it's sometimes a little funny. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm pulling up on the shifter now.
Yeah.
I'll try it in neutral.
Yeah, do that.
Start, first, neutral.
You have
Okay, put a little bit of gas in the carburetor. And then turn that fuel pump on.
Really hate being left-handed.
Yeah.
I got her.
I'm a lefty too.
You ready for the fuel pump?
Yeah.
Give her.
should be a 71, 70 Dodge, and idling by itself. How long has it been sitting here?
11 years.
Sounds like it needs a water pump. Carburetor's good. There's like no fuel in it, eh? It's on E, and there's nothing really coming out. Little bit spitting out. That is a sweet moving chair. Quick peek of the interior, gang. So this truck could use rockers, which we'll get done. It's Bobo's first swept line.
It's gonna be my daily.
Bobo says it's gonna be his daily. It's gonna be sweet. We have returned to the BARNFIND swept line. Today's mission, gang, get the truck out of the barn and evaluate the condition of it. Now, it appears all 4 tires have air. If you follow me back here, this is the lowest one, but it's got air in it. We'll have to pull the things off of it. All the junk and utensils leaned up against it, and oh no, that CO2 tank looks like it's clear. We're going to rig up a temporary fuel system to get the truck out of the barn, and then see with a new fuel filter and some new fuel if we can get it to run on its own. So we'll be back with you when we're pulling her out of the barn. Okay, dome lights on, so we got juice. Roll this down. Alrighty. Slide into the swept line. Although it's got a little teeny bit of brake pedal. Alrighty. Yeehaw! Oh, now the fuel pump's working.
Oh yeah, it's spurting a little.
The bad fuel out of the tank and see if we can get it to run on its own.
All right, let's see what's in the glove box.
Welcome, gang, to What's in the Box. Courtesy of Junkyard Gold and Steve Mignonte's idea. What is that?
Detroit Red Wings.
Ugh. Well, other than Iserman. Oh, we got some tapes.
David Wilcox.
All right.
Rod Stewart.
Rod
Downtown.
Stewart.
Steve Winwood.
Oh.
Getting rowdy.
No love for Steve. Elvis, yes. Oh, look at Elvis.
Hey, that's a collector.
Just getting after it. I know who would like that. Quick Start series.
It's for
A doctor's opinion. Let's not even delve too deep into that, okay?
Supertramp.
Supertramp, yeah. Robert Plant, now in Zen. Some napkins.
It's always good to have on road trips.
Yeah. Oh, an extra tail light.
Sweet.
That's good. Always good to have on a swept line. What? Oh, soldering paste.
Nice.
Extra bulbs by the looks of it. That's good.
Extra bulb.
1157. I think it's the burnt out one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's toast.
Oh, I think that's a receipt in there. Oh, easy, Bobo. You're not being very careful with what's in the box. Faux finishing. What did we drop here?
A bunch of more C.A.R services.
C.A.R services. Professional work. Fully guaranteed. What's that?
This is a huge freaking box.
Is it a receipt or a...
Department of License.
Oh, yeah, that's the truck's registration.
Yeah.
Current registration. Quick Stop Licensing, Tacoma, Washington. Yeah. Yeah, 2000. But this is an important thing to have. Extra mirror. Don't lose this. Fold that bad boy up.
That's it.
What's that? You got to double check with Pablo sometimes, gang. He gets ahead of himself. Oh, it's good. The more of those we have, the better.
Oh, is this the book?
I don't know. You said that was it. Look, yeah, that's it, he says.
It drops down.
Oh, Uncle Bobo, you're going to get fired from what's in the box.
Weird.
That is is there people's names on it? We don't want that. That's the, yeah.
Oh, there's a picture of the truck.
Look at that. How cool is that, gang?
A book on with Bob Hope.
Loaded full of stuff.
They got me covered, Bob Hope.
That is cool. That is an old picture. But awesome. Put that right there. Oh, look at that. Oil and filter. Look, 81. So it's got all the way back to 73. And the mileage written on it. So oil and filter at 89,715 miles in 81. What's on it now?
Can't read from here.
Be careful with that picture and stuff. Let's go check the mileage, gang. This is the original owner's manual. Not an easy thing to find. Let's check it out. So she's got 42,883. So I would say 142,000. Well, it could be 242. But in 81, Uncle Bobo,
81.
December 20th of 81, it had an oil and filter done at 89,715. 80, 79, 79, 78. New something, 77. That's awesome. Wonder if it's got anything in the book. Like in the notes. Not filming very good here, Bobo.
Yeah, you're fired.
Here you go. Quality engineered. Mopar parts. No, just on the back cover. It's an amazing condition though. It stayed nice and dry in there. That picture is awesome too. All right, gang, let's see. We're gonna put a new fuel filter on her and see if she'll run. Put this over here out of the way. Slide that onto there. So, what we're doing, gang, is installing it. Oops. Don't know that these are the best clamps, but for this low pressure system, we'll be all right. We are installing a new fuel filter and a couple new pieces of line. It's dirty from me touching it with my hands, but that old fuel line was just begging to spray gas all over the intake. We are installing some new stuff here. And surprisingly, the accelerator pump and choke are both working on the carburetor. All right, gang, so we got the new fuel filter in. I got about 2 gallons of fresh gas in that tank that was pretty much empty. We'll see how it looks when it comes up here. The float bow's full. We're gonna throw the jump box on it. It should start, and we'll see what happens if it pumps fuel up. Uncle Bubba will keep an eye on it.
Awesome.
Looking promising, gang, other than the bearing in the alternator. I'm actually use a little bit of, do you have any liquid wrench? Just get in behind it, it'll help it. Liquid wrench, WD. Not too much smoke. Yeah, so the bearing in the alternator is from sitting going bad. Now on a Mopar, if you can get in behind it with a little bit of lube, a lot of the times you can help save it. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Now I might have to shut it off again. Horn blows. Nope.
It's kind of blinking.
Well, the right turn signal's on right now.
So we got some work ahead of
Got a
us.
little wiring to do. Turned up a bit. All right, gang, here she is in all her glory. A 1970 Dodge D100 swept line with the mighty 318 two-barrel and single exhaust. Now, many of you out there may just see a rusty old truck. Don't mind Zoli crashing into the trees over there. We'll just keep on keeping on over here. Zoli's, we'll let him do him. Okay. eye picture, and hopefully, I don't want to give it away because it hasn't been finalized yet, but we have an idea for the paint and combination on this truck, and it should be, what's a good word for that, Bobo? Stupendous. Could that be the word of the day?
I was gonna say 2 other words, but I can't say it on here.
Well, you don't. Uncle Bobo does not think before he speaks sometimes.
So I don't speak.
Moving right along, as we continue to listen to Zoli crash into things as he reverses down that narrow road. Okay, so the word of the day, gang, is corrosion. These rockers have a slight bit of corrosion. We have just learned that the truck has BC registration. It's just not left in the glove box with the old Washington stuff. So we're good to go there. Guess what we have in the garage at home that we could use on this truck? And other than that, gang, a lot of people see an old, rusty, filthy, dirty, crappy truck. I see a diamond in the rough. Now, a lot of the things through my eyes may seem different than the rest of the world. How could you not love an old Dodge truck? I love it. Uncle Bobo loves it. That's so dirty. Okay, anyways, look at the interior. Everything you need, nothing you don't. And all joking aside, gang, really other than some minor, grandpa whiskey dents, it really is solid. It needs rockers. I'm not sure what happened there. The doors are solid. That fender's got a whiskey dent in the front. That one's solid. The box is rock solid. Tailgate's definitely salvageable, like we showed you. I mean, it opens and closes. That can be fixed with a MIG welder. It's got its old Washington plate tossed on it. The bumper's going to get painted. We got trim rings for the taillights I'm going to put on it. The two-tone that we have planned for this will be just right. I'm not giving it away. Oh, I want to say something so bad, but I can't. Okay, gang, you're just going to have to be patient. Make sure you stay tuned. As we go around this side of the vehicle, as you can see, the box is solid. The frame's not rotten underneath. It's got a good 8 3/4 rear end in it with a shear grip. I think a cool decal right here that says C.A.R, Coastal Auto Reaction, would be fitting. Now this officially is Uncle Bobo's truck, not mine, it's Uncle Bobo's. So, it'll be up to him. But, that is what I would like to do. The other thing I'm trying to figure out, was this fender replaced? Because if you look at the beige, guys, and this is part of the thing about barn finding that I love, as you can hear the excitement in my voice, figuring out the history of this truck. At one point, this was brand new on the lot. Now, we know it was a city or municipality or whatever they call it down there of Yakima truck in Washington State. After that, it got sold to another gentleman. That's the guy that has the list of the oil changes on it. And then our good friend Zoli bought it and drove it for years until he moved here. And then it got parked. And that's really the whole history on the truck. And then, of course, we'll bring it into the 21st. Is it the 21st century? Yeah, 21st century. I'm not good with my centuries. So, we need a battery. The alternator I'm not sure on yet. I may just run it till it quits. Still very available. Everything for this truck is easily available at the parts store. We'll probably put a water pump on it. We've got 2 or 3 brand new 2 barrels on the shelf at home. This carb is sticky and doesn't like to idle. Let's give her a flash up and we'll see here, gang. Close that door. I shall hop in here, turn on the old trusty jump box. I gotta give a shout out to Canadian Tire. The fact that this thing still works after all these years and the amount of abuse and things we've used it for. Remember that Jeep we drove, was it a Jeep we drove home?
Yep.
As a battery?
Yep.
All right, let's see what happens. It definitely needs a carburetor. You got to hold your foot to the floor to get it to fire. But once it fires, we're all right. Seems to idle now. It just, the accelerator pump's sticky, obviously. There's the alternator again. That's why the belt's squealing, so we'll probably replace that. We got good oil pressure. The temperature gauge did start coming up here, gang, at one point, and then we shut her off. Do we have... Oh, working dome light. Should I try this, Bobo? Well, yeah, because it's going to go back in the barn until we get it home. Oh, look at that. Custom. That's awesome. We could even remove it. We're going to do some summer cruising in this bad boy, guy. We may need to upgrade the horn, and it's got power steering, but it's not hooked up. I appear to have the carb at least set up enough to idle. Let's see. Oh, wow, that works good. So we got defrost. Yeah, heater works. Oh yeah. It's amazing, gang. They built them tough for sure. Needs a dirt lighter, but that's no big deal. Let's take a look in. Well, it doesn't appear to be smoked in. Don't copyright strike me. But the old tape deck works, gang. And she's idling. Let's see here. Let's see if we unhook the jump box. Still got fresh, good fuel coming through there. No fuel leaks. We could use some air in these tires. But what's the fun in that? No fuel leaks. Okay. Oh, and we topped up the brake fluid. Yeah, I got a brake pedal.
Can you see?
No. Shoot. Okay. All right, gang. We're gonna throw the jump box back on it, and we'll be back with you in a second. All right, gang. She's moving under her own power. I can't see anything, but it doesn't matter because I'm in a Dodge. Reverse work. You start to have a little bit of brakes too, gang. Engine's good. Rear end sounds good. Carburetor. I can't see anything.
Yeah, you got a tree.
Yeah. Okay.
You got 4 feet.
It's got brakes. It's crazy. Like, all we did was put brake fluid in it.
Wig it.
I mean, I wouldn't drive it down the highway like this, but...
You wouldn't, but somebody else would.
Maybe we should put it away before we gotta push it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, gang, okay,
Long day.
we got her running, moving under her own power. We're coming back with Ruby the 1-ton and the old flat deck to get her out of here. And we'll feature, of course, pressure washing her and take you along for the ride of actually getting it roadworthy. Getting a barn find fired up and moving under its own power is one thing. Making it safe for the road is a priority. Far too many guys I've seen in the past, they throw gas in a battery and something and start driving it. No. Go through your barn find and make sure she's safe. Those tires are barely fit to make it out front. That being said, gang, thanks for joining us on this mission. And I'd say that we probably have about 10 more parts of this series to resurrect this old girl. So make sure you stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. You gotta go for a test drive, Bobo. Oh, watch the roof. Breaker, I'm driving a Ford. I'm not gonna make it.
Where are you taking me?
I don't know, I can't stop. Go up the third. You ready?